What's going on, AfterBuzz family? You knocked and we are buzzing you in. Tonight, we've got hella questions. Episode 2, Insecure, starting now.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Yep.
I gotta say I'm in the mood for a little bit more of that.
Yep.
I mean, I'm saying what kind of these is 2 days. I need me at least about 4 of them. More of them. You own me.
You know the song?
I
don't.
Tell me you want me.
Girl.
I know.
The hottest album of the summer.
You have to teach me. I'm so glad I'm on this season to be able to learn all of this.
You might be sleeping with her through the weekday, but you with me on the weekend. Yo. So, before we toss it, welcome to AfterBuzz TV Presents Insecure Season 2, Episode 2. Tonight, we have hella questions. And I don't even know if they all get answered, but damn it, we gonna ask. I'm your lead host, McCall Hall. You can find me on social media and when sports and pop culture collide at McCall Hall on Twitter. And on Instagram, you can find me at McCall Hall of Fame. Now, we're a few bodies short tonight, but we are joined with our new host, Juliet. Share with the world where they can find you.
You can find me on Instagram at Bonjour Juliette, which is hello in French, and my name Juliette.
Bonjour!
There you go, got it.
Bonjour to the new, and bonjour to the faithful. If we can kick it to the one and the only, Ally Washington, Ally the pub, now a grand resident of Birmingham, Alabama. Darling, you look fabulous.
I look a hot mess, but it's all good. I just got through watching my season of Insecure, feeling really insecure right now, but it's all good.
Let it hang, girl, because you was looking good tonight on Insecure, girl, and we'll get into that. Now, you guys, make sure you guys follow us on social media at AfterBuzz TV across the board. Now, check this out. I love social media. I love all the different platforms, but my personal favorite for this show is YouTube. We get tons of YouTube comments. Make sure you guys continue to reach out to me. I had a chance to comment and reply to just about half of you guys. I will finish that by tomorrow. But I do want to shout out some people, our faithful viewers. And make sure you guys give us 5 stars and give us thumbs up. I know I piss you off from time to time, but damn, like, show a little love. So I'm going to go down the list real quick. Allie, we're going to get back to you. Hang on, darling. Maria Meza, shout out to you. CMH by way of NC. Crispy Cream. Nicholas Cassadine. Morgan B. Jason Miller, shout out to you. Tiffany Ford. Christopher Smith. Chris Marie. Bree Jackson. Justin Hawkins. Lauren Odom. Felicia 4244, something like that. Honor 16, Rachel, Amanda Turner, Fruitist of the Looms. I mean, those are some real good draws because there's Fruit of the Loom and then there's the Fruitiest of the Looms. Michaela King, Alan Payne, Jerry Turnspeed, Jimmy Pink, Adwa MK, Cecilia Manu, Shaka 485, Candy Girl, Eswo, Maya Langham, Cassandra Moore, Sashin something bad. Girl, you bad. You just bad. Calvin Sexton presents Inner City All-Stars. I love that name, The Moonchild. I am so appreciative of you. Drama Queen, Hertha, Cecilia again. I don't know. My BFF is Jill 730. My BFF is Jill as well. We might have the same BFF. Jimmy, Black British Cutie. Ibe, The Ego. Awana Scott, Wisdom Hancock. Lee J. Heisman, Monica Railford, let's see, Brickbrack, Rookie Rocks. Thank you so much. I'm going to tell my mom what you said. Rookie Rocks says, McCall Hall, you're the perfect multimedia journalist name. Thank you so much, darling. And
Definitely,
Rookie,
I agree.
and Rookie, you rock. And Allie, you rock. Tiffany Ford, Tare PA, Chelsea Galloway, Melanated TV, Mainstream Beauty, Giggles 01, Ben Cromwell, a VIP, and Shirley Divernay. Shirley, Big Shirley, darling, thank you so much. You guys, I love YouTube. I love all the comments. I'll make sure to get back to the rest of you guys by the end of the week. Yo, we are here. I'm looking at one of you, and I'm looking at the other one of you, and let's answer some of these damn questions. Episode 2, Season 2, hella questions. How are we feeling tonight, ladies?
Amazing.
Juliet, how you feeling?
Good. I'm so happy. I wanted to meet you in person, but I guess this will have to do.
So
Hey,
if you guys,
listen, I'll be there before the season is out.
Good.
now if you guys are just joining us for Season 2,
I am really floored at this episode. I didn't know how to feel. It's kind of all over the place. It was too reminiscent. You know when it hits home too quick.
hey, Ally the pub, you know when it hits you in the throat?
Yes.
You know when it hits you in the throat?
Girl. I mean, right here.
That
It'd be a
was this
problem.
episode.
I mean, it said well this episode for me.
Yeah, for sure. Well, let's get into it, you guys. Scene 1. Oh, but before we get started, I want to start a new game.
Okay.
Jason Miller, one of our YouTube commenters, mentioned that there was a certain word that was being used a lot, and he felt like, every time they say that word, we should do a drinking game. I personally am not going to be using that particular word a whole lot on the after show, so I thought we could have our own word.
Mm-hmm.
We are based off of Burbank Boulevard. When I need the truth, the way the girls say Malibu, like for real, Malibu, I'm going to say Burbank. So Ally the pub, if I hit you and I'm like, for real, like Burbank. That means you guys at home need to drink. Whatever you're drinking. You could be drinking Sprite. You could be drinking Agua. You could be drinking Hennessy, the finest of cognacs. It doesn't matter. Just when I say Burbank, make sure you drink. So let's get into it. Scene 1. Y'all effed? Molly seems real shocked.
Yep. Yeah.
I think she has a reason to be shocked. Molly wants
She
to
has
know
every
the whole tea. Molly wants to know the whole tea. How'd you guys feel about the opening scene?
It was amazing, but obviously she wants to hear it all. Like that's her best friend, and that I was kind of shocked by that last scene, episode. And I don't know. What do you think? Do you think it was shocking that her and Lauren said this?
Girl, when that happened last episode and then left us hanging like that, I hit McCall the whole time like,
She did.
because it was just that crazy. But to open it, like it's just like I said, this episode really because I felt like I was really in my living room, like talking to my best friend. You get what I'm saying? Like, girl, give me the tea. What happened? So what kind of fuck was it? Was it a this kind of? Was it this kind? Did he text back? And my favorite line, what she said, "Are you an 8-ball? Like, what is she, like, is this a
right?" So let's ask the question. There's a wonderful website that I enjoy reading on a daily basis, Madame Noir. Shout out to Madame Noir. They posed the question last week after this episode regarding the kind of intimacy that Lawrence and Issa had. Was it a I hate you hookup or damn I miss you hookup? You two give me your definition of what that was, because Molly wanted to know, is it a F you or I miss you F you?
Yeah. I think it was a little bit of both. I think it was just him kind of marking his territory. He's been like, his ego is definitely bruised, like he's been cheated on. So he's just back and he's like, okay, I don't think he even knows what he wants. He's just trying to prove his manhood a little bit by doing that.
Allie, what do you think? F you, I miss you, F you?
I don't know if I can agree with Juliet on this one. I think it was a full I miss you encounter. I say that, and I think it was more, it wasn't so much of a I miss you, it was almost a like figuring it out kind of situation. I feel like Lawrence was in this in-between stage. Dang, I'm over here. This could be the last of me get my stuff, but maybe it's not, because I haven't locked down a new place. Like, I haven't solidified a lot of stuff, so there are a lot of missing the puzzle. So maybe this one time will make it clear for me. I mean, it's been plenty of times we all have been with somebody and we've all gone back. But that one last time something happens, if it's still sparks or something. Everybody been there.
Look, I have said this on numerous occasions. I will lay on the sword and I will give a bit of transparency for the sake of conversation. I think what that was a test. Is she still reacting to me the way she was when we were on a good note? I don't know if it could be classified as I miss you or F you. Is it still the same as it was? I just want to know. I just want to
figuring it out.
I just want to know, does it still react to me the way it used to react to me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Mhm.
But
That's what I picked up.
I really don't think that there was any question in that. I think he knew that. You know what I'm saying? The fact that she's been trying to give him his mail and been trying to make sure he has X,
He
Y,
knew he
and Z,
had it.
like,
he definitely did, but
he knew.
he was very quick with it, and it was kind of like selfish in a way. Like he didn't try to please her at all, and like did it. He was done, and he's like, okay, I'm grabbing my shit, and I'm leaving. So
He clearly doesn't know how to respond because he hasn't hit her back. He types out his responses and erases them, as we all do. So Lawrence is just confused right now.
That damn speech bubble.
Yeah, that speech bubble is the devil. I don't want to see that thing on my screen. Just type it in the notes, copy and paste it, and send it through. Don't leave me agonizing over what you're writing. Shout out to Molly finally going to therapy. Molly goes to therapy with her black therapist. I do believe that's very important. I think that someone who shares cultural experiences is very important to kind of go through your mental health. Molly's trying to figure out the all boys club with her therapist at work. Molly's biggest issue, I feel, is work. You know, she's got man problems, things of that nature, but I think for Molly, she's so driven, she can't attack any of those other things until she figures out work. I'm the same way. I know I get Molly right now. If work is not aligning and it's not making sense, I can't even focus on my personal and love life.
Hello.
You know,
say
like
it again, McCall. Say it again.
If the bread's not right, I ain't right. If there ain't no butter on my biscuit, don't talk to me. But her therapist poses a question, and I think this plays into black women, white women. I mean, her therapist said black women, but I think this poses to everybody. You know, what is your should? Because Molly phrases everything, well, I should have this, I should be married, I should be making this, I should be making
entitlement.
That. It's partly entitlement, but it's partly society. Do you guys agree? 100%. Based on the should. The shoulds of your life are based off of society. I'm X amount of years old. I should have this based on what society tells me. Is Molly being too hard on herself?
Definitely not being too hard on herself at all. And I feel you. I feel like how, you know, the therapist, I think the reason the therapist actually, you know, pointed out and made specific to the black women is because if you look statistically, McCall, and we've talked about this before too, we fall behind in so much stuff.
We do.
We fall behind in marriages. We fall behind in relationships. We fall behind in the workplace. It's so many things that we lag behind in when we should be, according to other people, and what society puts before us, we should be having our piece of the pie too. But we usually get that last slice where it's like a little bit of glaze still left, but it's just like, oh man, it's cool. I guess I'll just rock with the crust on this one. You get what I'm saying? Like, you
that
just have
store-bought crust.
deal forward with things in which you settle. And so I don't feel like Molly's in an unfamiliar place, especially as an African American woman. She is right on target. That's how we feel every day.
And to your point, as an African American woman, we put a lot of pressure on ourselves. And you know, this show, there are a lot of different issues that get tackled. Obviously, this is focused on 2 African American women, but I think a lot of people can relate to some of these things. But I will say, as African American women, we do place a certain level of pressure on ourselves to have certain
and we do
things.
it in a time frame.
Everything's on time frame. Everything's on time frame. But that's because we're thinking about our cross-cultural contemporaries. Well, white women are getting married at 26. Asian women are getting like, that's what we're comparing everything to.
And here we are at 40 still trying to get a text back. Hello?
Yeah. Now, for you, somebody who's not black, well, you got Oakland booty. Did you find yourself relating to Molly a little bit? Even though, you know, you're not a black woman, but with the things that you feel like you should do, are there things that just as a woman you feel like she has a bit of validation with?
Definitely. I think there's like a lot of things that you should do, and I also think the way that she expresses herself, she says, I should be doing this. I think she, instead of like affirming like, I want to do this, I'm going to do this, she's protecting herself in a way. That's how I saw it. I'm protecting myself. Like, I do that myself. I'm like, oh, maybe because you're afraid to really not go after what you want because you're putting that motivation, but just tell the world what you want because somehow you're told you're not deserving.
Right. I do believe that. I know what I'm deserving of on a Sunday is to be Saturday drunk.
Yes.
I live, you guys. I live for the weekdays where I can party and hang out and have cocktails and good conversation like it's the weekend. The ladies meet up. So, this show is based in LA. I want to shout out some of the landmarks, okay? So in the next scene, they were at the California African American Museum, which is based in downtown Los Angeles, right by USC. It is free to get in every day. Shout out to their executive director, George Davis. I go by there a lot, and I was so thrilled to see Cam on this episode. It was absolutely amazing. But I was even more impressed by the cast in that scene, which included Ally the pup. Hey, girl. I saw you in that episode, girl.
Girl, I think I think I'll be getting an Emmy nomination here soon, so I'm just standing by.
Please.
Oscars, it's coming, dear. It's coming.
100%.
Because I think I was the most fire extra. Do you hear me? And that whole scene.
Honey, you owned that scene. You owned the craft services table, okay?
Yes.
You owned that all-day parking.
Girl,
Everything they gave you, you earned it, and you owned it.
Fun. It was, and literally, I tell you what, guys, I moved, for those of you guys that don't know, I'm not from LA, I'm from Arkansas. I'm from Jacksonville, Arkansas, right outside of Little Rock, super small town. And so moving to LA was like super crazy. And of course I went to go to work or whatnot. And I was like, I think I'm gonna give this acting thing like a try. I went and got all these headshots done and whatever. Literally, I made a profile for LA casting for like a week. And I just submitted to all stuff. And I was like, oh my God, it's Insecure. I'm gonna submit myself. Literally, that was the first acting gig that I've ever done in my entire life. And I think I smashed it, girl.
You did. You did. You did. Now look, that residual money, that's that mailbox money. Just make sure you manage it right.
Talk about it.
Manage your mailbox money, because that'll last you for a lifetime if you play it right.
Talk about it. And I was super excited too because I didn't know this, so I'm actually learning while I'm on set too. And so you get hired on as an extra, and then depending on, like, I guess how they vibe with you, or however the casting director decides, you get bumped up as like a day player or whatever, so you get more camera time. And when they put me right behind Issa, literally, McCall, I almost fell the hell out. Do you hear me?
Hey.
And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm right behind her. And Molly, oh my God, and Keith, oh my God, and Kelly, I can't breathe. Oh my God, and I got to do what you want me to do? It was great. I enjoyed it.
Well, you owned it. You owned it, darling. You absolutely owned it. I want to talk about what happened in the scene and the stuff that you overheard. You overheard that Tiffany and Derek have issues, which I figured. So I'm going to just be honest. Anybody who tries to pose their relationship as perfect is a mother lie.
Hello.
I knew that they had issues. They're too codependent. Anybody that, in my opinion, okay, look, I know some people are going to hit me up on YouTube and talk crap, but when people are that codependent, they're afraid for people to know the truth. And I think that Derek and Tiffany have had major issues, and I think that they are the most flawed out of all the couples. I think they're the most flawed out of, if you go back to last season, Molly and her bisexual boyfriend. I think they're more flawed than them.
Agreed.
I think they've got issues. They're too scared to not look perfect, but their issues are much deeper than we'll ever know.
Yeah, they're always all over each other, and they're like you're saying, they're compensating. There's something that's definitely not right. But I was surprised that they brought it up. I thought it was always going to be kind of a side, we all know type of thing, but they don't really address it. So I wonder if they're going to go further with the storyline.
Oh yeah, they have to. I mean, that was the cliffhanger.
As big as a tease as that was, and then for us to not know a lot about their like characters besides like them having it all together and the prim and proper couple, like that's who we all aspire to be, like their goals, like. No, they are definitely going to dig. They have to dig into their storyline. If they don't, I'm on Issa ass. I'm on Prentice ass. I'm on Melissa ass. I'm on all their asses. Do you hear me?
It's an arranged marriage. Kelly was the one that spilt the beans. But she tells Issa, F him and move on.
Right.
Kelly's saying that she needs to stop. Because
Kelly coming from a single friend space.
And that
Kelly
was my point.
Nobody, so
Allie.
Everybody got a Kelly, and you just got to be like, Kelly, shut up.
You can't listen to everybody. So this is the point that I wanted to get to. You can't listen to all your friends.
Right.
But my question is now, who can Issa truly listen to? You've got one friend that, with Molly, she's got a lot of different things going on. You've got one friend with Kelly. Hell, I don't know if Kelly's ever had a man. You've got Tiffany and Derek. They've got issues. Who do you have? Who does Issa have in her life that is a personal life, intimate, romantic life kind of mentor? She doesn't have that right now.
Right. She has no one. Do you think she needs to seek therapy? Just like.
Yeah, I think she's gonna be in that chair too.
Yeah.
So anywho, Kelly shares that there's a new girl, and what do? Go to the friggin' social media.
Right.
Like the girls are supposed to do. If my girls can't ride for me like that and head straight to the Instagram, I'm not fooling with you. You're not my real friend.
Right.
But this is the problem. Why go to Instagram?
Because I need all of her stats. I need to know how many posts she got. I need to know how many followers she got. I need to know her average likes ratio, okay? I need to know all of that.
Well,
all of it.
Issa was like, I don't want to know her name. I don't want to know her name. And she knows that that's like the moment. It's like as soon as you have that name, you have that Instagram,
It's
you
gold,
see
baby.
it goes.
It's gold.
I'm just like you. I have to know all these things. So it's kind of like I don't want to know, and you hope your friends don't tell you, but at the same time, you know. So you have to, and it drives you insane.
Drives you up a freaking wall. But listen, and I'm still in stalker mode. I ain't even gonna stunt. I was just on my ex's new booze page literally before this conversation, and we'll hop back on it once we get done. I need to just see, how you been doing? How's your life?
Allie the Cub.
How's she doing? What's your freaking location? You know what I'm saying? Maybe I'll bump into you. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you for your transparency.
Like sometimes.
Thank you for your transparency, darling.
Hey, I do it all for Insecure. I do it for my AfterBuzz.
I have an issue with what she did, and not because I think as women we'll do that. What we want to know, but Instagram is a highlight reel. If I'm putting something on Instagram, it's like I feel like this is something funny or worthwhile. I don't really do Instagram a whole lot, but the typical Instagrammer is only posting the good. It doesn't matter what you see on Instagram. It's not the truth. It's their highlight reel. So why even look? You're only going to see what they deem to be as great. You know what I mean? You're not getting the truth. So I feel like it's kind of pointless because you're not getting the true glimpse of who they are based off of Instagram. But I want to move on.
Hey, but I'm getting a good physical description, so if I see your ass out and about, I know who you are.
All right.
It's not even so much of who you are, I know who you is.
Hey, and Allie, I know what side your good side, so when I get ready to sock you in your jaw, I know which side to go for.
Hello, because I
Mess up
see
all
what
your
you're
profile
posing. I
pics.
see your poses, okay?
Okay, don't hit my left side, darling. Here's a very monumental first. Lawrence's friend, what is his name? Starts with a C. Allie, what's his best friend's name? Chad.
Girl,
I thought it was
Chad.
Issa shows up at Chad's house looking for Lawrence. What did he call Issa?
What did he call her?
He called her Issa.
Oh, okay.
I've never heard. So in the history of Insecure, I've never heard Chad refer to Issa as Issa. He always called her old girl.
Girl.
I'm impressed that he knew her name. But too little, too late. Too little, too late. But let's move forward. Tasha and Lawrence have a conversation about a barbecue. YouTube family. I don't like Tasha. And yes, I'm Team Issa. And that's not going to change. And the fact that she's okay with store-bought crust solidifies the fact that she is absolutely low class.
Hello, straight ratchet, bottom
Just
of the
ratchet.
line. Because if my mama called me and asked me, am I going homemade or am I going store-bought? You already know. We are going homemade. What are you talking about? Store what? We're going to the store to buy the ingredients, but we are not buying
store-bought crust. Absolutely not. And the fact that she's okay with that, I'm concerned. But they have the conversation. Lawrence confesses, I slept with my ex. But doesn't everybody? Like, why was Tasha even surprised? And darling, he slept with his ex, but you never solidified that you're his right now. Tasha, why were you?
They haven't solidified squat, y'all.
They haven't even solidified the utilities. Is he even putting up half on the utilities? You haven't solidified anything. All you guys have split are the shrimp.
McCall, they are straight up on some SZA stuff. Juliet, SZA, on the weekend. Do you hear me?
That's why we played that song tonight.
Child, listen. You was a weekend lover. We can take it back. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. We ain't even got to go through all the days. You are a Friday, Saturday, out Sunday.
I know their whole relationship just makes me uncomfortable just because of that. Because it's like they're playing house, but they're not. They're just screwing, and it's just he needs to get out of there. And as soon as she's talking about, "Do you want to go meet my family?" That made me so uncomfortable. How are you
I was like,
asking
girl,
this straight off the
you
bat?
got a whole weekend getaway situation. You trying to have him meet the family? What did you talking about?
Yeah, absolutely. It's just inappropriate.
no-no.
Inappropriate. But now I give Tasha. If this were a basketball game, I'd give her a 2-pointer. It's not quite a 3-pointer, but I gave her a 2-pointer. She told Lawrence that he had to go. Yeah.
So she got a little bit of self-respect at least.
Just a little bit, but it was reactionary in my opinion.
And the way she said it, she goes, "I think you should leave." What do you mean you think? Just be like, leave.
Yeah.
And be more aggressive about it. That's what I would then.
I want to move past a couple things just really quickly. I'm going to acknowledge him, but we don't have a ton of time left. Molly shakes down the receptionist to go to the hockey game. She ends up going to the hockey game. Schmoozes a little bit with her coworkers and her boss. And then Issa and Frida experience a lack of interest for their nonprofit at their school, and then they generate more interest, but it also comes with a lot of baggage from the principal being low-key kind of racist. We're going to get into that a little bit more, I think, next week. But I want to talk about Issa rolling up to Broadway Federal.
Been there, done that. I ain't mad at her.
Why?
Sometimes you gotta,
Because
Why?
you have to know.
You have to. You gotta get that
it's
out
in
your
you.
system.
I'm
Out
with
your
you.
system.
Get what out of your system, Allie?
Get
Explain,
the feeling
explain
of
to
the
me.
unknown. That's a tough feeling. Have you ever not known about something, just like you just nervous about what's on the other side? You feel what I'm saying? It is the fear of the unknown. You got to get it out your system. So if that means I'm pulling up at your job, I'm pulling up at your job. If that means that I know that you frequently go out to this spot to eat or get some happy hour drinks, I'm going to just happen to slide through on that particular Taco Tuesday. Like, I'm there. Sorry. Because I need to get that up out my system. It's been bubbling me for too long. I can't get the real glints off your highlight reel via Instagram. So I'm going to pull up on you.
When you got a bad hair day. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I have too much self-respect to waste gas to do that. Now, here's where Issa kind of played herself. In my opinion, if Issa were a real one, though, there was one thing she could have. Those are my phones. Nobody's calling me. There's one thing she could have done that would have made me say, yes, that was the move. She should have gotten out of her car, Allie. She should have gone into the bank, waited to go to Tasha's desk, and she should have deposited a large lump sum of money into Lawrence's account. I know she's got his account number. Now, that would have been the gag.
When she drifted off, I thought that's what she was going to do. I thought that's what that was. I was like, oh my gosh, she's finna be super player and boss it out. You get what I'm saying? Be a boss chick and deposit some money into Lawrence's account. And baby girl's gonna be in her feelings because she ain't gonna know nothing.
Because
she ain't
number
gonna say
one,
nothing.
Tasha work at the bank. Well, actually, people who work at the bank have money, but Tasha ain't depositing money in his bank account.
No, definitely not.
And now you got somebody else Here's the gag. I'm gonna deposit enough money to where he could be paying you rent, and he's not paying you rent.
Come on. But I think Issa's on the struggling bus too. Remember, Dick is on E, job on E, bank account was on E.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So
good
she
point.
may be struggling right now. So the deposits may be real low right now.
Touche.
But I feel like it'd be worth it. Just put everything you got.
Just put everything in
Go
there
in the
and take
couch,
it out.
look for the quarters, just bring it all.
If I can't show up like a boss, look, let me give it to you. If I can't show up like a boss,
Come on.
then I'm not even going to be bothered. Okay, darling? Lawrence spots Molly out and they have a really awkward conversation.
Yeah.
And I don't like setups. Like if I randomly bump into you, Juliet, like we randomly bump into each other.
Right.
But if I am setting up to bump into you, that's kind of corny.
But it's for your friend though.
It's for your friend though. You got to take one for the team. I done had some setups before. Hell, sometimes I set my own shit up. Listen,
my opinion,
don't judge us.
So Molly seems like she's trying to rationalize the transgression on behalf of Issa. At that moment in time, Molly should have just got the update from Lawrence and kept it pushing. She's trying to rationalize and convince somebody. Molly, stop. All you had to do was just get information. sometimes less is more. Have you ever heard
Yeah.
that? Less
Yeah.
is more.
I agree, but again, like that's her friend. She went all the way over there. She said that she walked fake times, five times.
5 times.
5 times.
That's her fault.
That's
That's her-
dedication,
that
bro.
is, that's a
how you
good
know you got a
friend.
rider.
Exactly. But it was also kind of interesting seeing their awkward interaction because Lawrence and Issa were together for 5 years, I believe, right?
Mm-hmm.
During that time, like that's her best friend. You bond friendships with your friend's
Yeah,
partner.
yes.
So then it's like they're breaking up, and you're like, wait.
Hell, we done broke up too.
Yeah, exactly. But so it was kind of fun to see that interaction with them. It was unsaid, but you could definitely feel that tension.
Mm-hmm.
Well, breaking news: Lawrence is done with Issa.
Mm-hmm.
And my heart is hurt.
So I don't really believe it.
Yeah, it's not forever.
I don't believe it. If Lawrence were in front of Issa, he wouldn't have been that hard. He's trying to be hard so that word doesn't get out that he's being soft. He'll only be soft to Issa. He's only going to be soft with his heart, but he's not going to let the world know how he truly feels. He's not there yet.
Right.
That's my opinion about that.
So why he pull up on Tasha trying to explain himself to Tasha then?
Because he has no place to stay, girl. So let's talk about that. I want to talk about Lawrence going back over to Tasha's house to chat with her. So Chad took Lawrence to go look at some places. And to me, I don't know if you guys have ever heard the term "a house is not a home," without certain people in it.
For sure. My pastor said it this morning.
Yeah, like if a certain person is not in your home, it doesn't really feel like home. It's just shelter.
Right.
And I don't think that Lawrence can move himself into paying on a place that isn't home for him. And if I can't have home, let me have a semblance of familiarity. And that's why he went back to Tasha, in my opinion.
For sure. Agreed.
And she has some food on the stove, and Tasha, she's so sad. Tasha's so sad. She's so
She
sad.
is, but I mean, you quietly like bound. You like rebound, so like you can't be in your feelings being a rebound. You got to be a lot stronger than her. Come on now.
I don't know. I feel like one day Tasha's going to wake up, hopefully by the end of the season. But Issa wakes up and has the moment that I'm glad that she had. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying it's closure, but it is a step in the right direction.
It's a step that hurt, though.
It was a step that hurt.
Trust me, you.
Now, I have a lovely apartment. I have 2 big, beautiful closets just for moi, okay? I have my pants in one closet and my skirts in one closet and my tops and dresses in the other. Now, if I had a boo that lived with me and I was trying to squeeze all my stuff in that one closet, number one, I would be semi-relieved that I had more closet space, but that would be very painful to realize they're not there anymore.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That would hurt.
That's like that small movement of her bringing those clothes into the other one was just, she's moving forward in a way, and forcefully so, but still she's making those steps. Because it's painful. Like, she's just going to walk by and just see an empty closet every day. That's not healthy.
It's not healthy. Let's just be honest. So I always say this with different shows. There are album filler episodes. I do feel like this was kind of like the album filler that's setting up a lot of the big reveals for the rest of the season. I don't think this episode was built to be like a gasp episode. Right. This was a set up episode, so we kind of understand everything that's kind of going on. With that, I think we should do some predictions. I kind of alluded to one of them earlier, and I'll just go with mine. I think that
your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
Yes. Derek and Tiffany. It's an arranged marriage kind of deal. Like, I think what's going to end up happening is there's some kind of arrangement. I don't know if it's because, like, Tiffany's credit is amazing. There's something that is forcing them to be together and to be perfect. And I don't know what it is. And I could assume a few things, but I'm not going to do that. But I feel like Derek and Tiffany are in an arranged marriage. Anybody else?
I think they're in an open marriage, maybe.
Ooh.
Yes. And I think that's they want to keep that appearance of them being perfect because they don't want to get divorced, and like that's maybe a big scandal for the parents. Who knows? But definitely some open marriage.
Do you think that
Issa's
brother is with Derek?
I agree.
I don't know.
think it's an
Maybe.
open. I think
That would
it's
be
an
a huge
open
twist.
marriage,
Mhm.
and I think that the husband is gay.
Maybe.
But Ally,
I think it's
Ally,
yeah.
Ally, he's with Issa's brother. Because at the party, and I need to go back and watch this. People on YouTube, go back and watch the first episode. Issa's brother, you remember? Because we were wondering, did he interact with Derek?
I don't remember. I
want to look at their interaction.
I got to go back and watch
Their interaction. Because I have this strange feeling that Derek and Amal, or whatever his name is, might be closer than we think.
That's a good ass prediction.
You may be on to something.
I got this feeling, because how does the brother tie in, right?
Right.
But anywho, did you give your prediction?
I don't really know if I have one. I think she's gonna go through her hoe phase. I think that's gonna be very interesting to see. And I think it's gonna be harder than she thinks. I think it's gonna be hard to get with someone, but I also think it's gonna hit her. That's when she's gonna really be really sad about what she's done, because I feel like she hasn't really hit her. She's a little sad, but she's trying to get him back. She's not too sure, so I think we're gonna see her be heartbroken for real, really, really heartbroken.
Okay, that's fair. Well, you guys, if you have predictions, make sure you put them on our social media at AfterBuzz TV. Oh, did you? Wait a minute. What's your prediction? I'm sorry, I didn't realize. Forgive me.
Whatever, McCall. No, I'm kidding.
Don't make that
Really
face.
fast, I think that Issa and Lawrence are going to end up at the same barbecue. He's going to go to that barbecue on Saturday, and I feel like there's like a mutual friend or like family member or something that knows Issa but doesn't know that Issa and Lawrence are a thing. I think it's going to be through someone like her job or something like that. She's like, oh, we have a cookout. You should come by, blah, blah, da, da, da. And Issa's going to get out. She's going to see Lawrence there with her boo.
That is spicier than all the spicy barbecue chicken.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But he's definitely going to that barbecue.
Yeah, well, we saw in the preview he's going to the barbecue. That's a good prediction. Very good prediction. Again, if you guys have predictions, make sure you guys go on AfterBuzz TV across the board. YouTube is best for this particular show. Leave your comments there. Yeah, man, just crazy stuff on the docket. But in the meantime, make sure you guys follow me on social media at McCall Hall on Twitter and McCall Hall of Fame on Instagram, when sports and pop culture collide. And where can they find you guys?
You can find me on Instagram at Bonjour Juliette.
All right, guys. Ally Washington signing off another week at the game at Ally the Pub across all social media outlets.
All right, Ally. It's nice seeing you, darling. I'm glad you made it safe. And we'll see you guys next week on AfterBuzz TV. Peace.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.